I am live. Hello, my beautiful ones. How are we doing? Thank you, Millie. Love you, Millie. I've been thinking of you the whole day. You're cooking in, I read in the basement, but that's fun. I'm here. Your beautiful sweetness. Thank you for being here. Wow, we're going to put you in the deep water here and we're going to turn you around. You know, it's like diving. My stuff's like, oh, enjoy. It's like being dunked by a whatever 6-foot wave sometimes. Ah, oh, well done. Oh, yeah. PG should be getting back soon. I'm not sure where he is right now, but yeah, he did get dunked in the waves. I can't wait. It's so weird. It's the weirdest thing. It's like also when Grace went away, like, why should I worry that Grace is going? I don't see her. She's just far away. So like PG coming back, it's like, yay, he's coming back. But really it's just the same. I must probably spent more time with PG these last 2 weeks. Yes, beautiful. And yes, he's. I put the pretty one up for us, otherwise I'd scare us all away. But you know the dates. Everybody's coming to this flipping party right now. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So cool. So yeah, so go live. We'll see you again. Whatever. So today, that's yeah. Sorry, I wasn't live yesterday. What was I doing yesterday? Oh God, I don't know. Time is. I'm in a very like everybody's in a very interesting space. I can just the biggest thing I can really just offer us is to try to keep into the as neutral as possible. Get back into your neutral space because it's all about choice points right now. Heaney, my beautiful. Hello, my lovely. Oh, and I'm so, Heaney, I think of you so much. I'm so grateful for the work that you do, driving that stinky truck around. You and Scotty, it's just such a valuable thing. Yeah. So, well, congratulations, and I hope it all goes fabulously. You do such sweet, sweet artwork. Yeah. Yeah, so today, and yeah, we can really dump stuff in the truck later on if you want to. Where was I? Oh, yeah, this I was just saying, it's like try to keep like from now till forever. I've like I keep saying I'm making this simple, and just thank God for Shiva. Thank God that I'm just so blessed that I have. Oh, congratulations. Oh, all the bravery and courage. I hope Josh pops in because this would be great for Josh. This is, but anyway, if he doesn't, it's also fine. Thank you, beautiful one. Thank you. I don't know when I'll pop in. Oh God. So going around the world and the planets and everything. Yeah, recalibration. Let alone going live or chasing lives. Yeah, I know. And thank you, Millie. I need to like sit down and I was talking to my son actually yesterday. This whole time change has really like affected me. Like it's not affected me, but it's like really like messed me up a bit this year. I mean, it's always messy when the times change, but I've really felt it so weird. And I'm just like trying not like today feels like Monday. Yesterday was like Christmas holiday. I kept getting this little feeling of feeling like Christmas. You know that little excitement of Christmas time. Yeah, so it was kind of cool. So I hope everybody had some of the meditations I went to were a little disappointing, but that's like life, hey? Some were quite revealing. It was like, oh God, people. Okay. I mean, okay. Which was quite like interesting. Um, a lot of people, no, not all, but some people who are really like, I follow, I literally follow. Had like serious, she doesn't call them nightmares, she had like serious bad dreams constantly, like almost the whole night. And then I'll just share this, so really interesting. Yes. Hello, Robin. Yes. Yes. Shiva's at the party. And then she goes out of body a lot. And she has been doing for a long time. And she said she'd been trying, she couldn't get out, And then like at 3 o'clock, then after all these like waking, she's in Egypt, that's why I kind of Yuki and I jumped off to Egypt. It's like amazing. She's never been to Egypt. It's like the first time. And anyway, she's been there. I don't know, she'll let us know. I don't know what happened in Egypt for her. But she went on, she went out of body, and I just love it because it's just what I've been saying. And she came back with this information about our ancient future return. So, I've been saying that it's our ancient future. And she was saying, because it's like the old awakening of the ancient sites, and I absolutely love because it just resonated so deeply with what I'm feeling and doing and blah 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 blah. And she said that what we are actually living in the past. It's like, don't worry about time. Time's a little weird, so you'll get this. We are living in the past, and Egypt and the old cultures are actually in the future. So that is our future. So yeah, our ancient future, because those will have to be taking the lead. I'm throwing all sorts of bits and pieces around because she's just gone live now. Hello, thank you for being here. The other thing I've been working a lot with the Blue Lady for about a year now, actually, a little bit. But somebody I just saw, so I'm just dropping, I will do a little bit more, and I know that she's arriving, and apparently she's coming in January, so no, we don't rest after solstice. Could she be the Blue Kachina? I don't know. We'll have to meditate on that one and have a look. I'm really like tuning in a lot to Sirius. I have this whole movie going on inside my head with all sorts of really interesting beings. Not creating too much like content with AI at the moment. Where's PG keeping himself? PG was probably just coming off an aeroplane right now. Yes, maybe we'll do a little dip into that. So it's something we'll look forward to, but I shouldn't actually really jump so far because it's all. I'm sure PG. I haven't spoken to him today, so I don't know if he's arrived or if he just went home because he would talk to me from the airports wherever he stopped. But maybe he hasn't arrived yet. It's a long. It's a good 18-hour flight, so. I'm sure he will be here. I was hoping that I was going to drag him here, jet lagged and all. But I'm sure he'll be here on whatever that day is going to be. Saturday. Just wait. We must probably just spoke of the boy. Let's just see. Then we'll know where he's hiding himself. Mhm. Is he hiding himself somewhere? So I just want to see. No, he's not. He hasn't arrived yet. Okay, so I ended up getting out some incense because it's sacred to Shiva. That family, what a blessed family. They got it all. But any problems, just go to the family. Oh, and so much. It's so beautiful. Actually, I was listening to something with the Mahabharata, which, don't forget, was written by YouTube is schizophrenic. Absolutely. Oh, you see, I think we're all doing weird things with this time thing. And it's okay. Just, you'll be there when you'd be there. I must say, sometimes I just, oh, Victor, hello, love. Sometimes I think I can't do this. I'm not doing this, and it's like my hand like just moves all by itself to my phone, and it finds truth wave, and I'm always like so glad that I did it. It's it's not. As I say, if anybody's telling you it's easy, I think they're lying. We're all going through, and nobody knows. We have to really just like do this step by step on a piece of string or fly around. I tend to fly around at the moment. Ugh, a lot. And so much is just like, my goodness, it was just this morning. No wonder. Then I went into a catatonic state this afternoon. The drool. So let's just light some beautiful incense. So yeah, as I've said that for a long time, the ancient sites are very different how they're going to wake up. And I stand very strongly to protect this new knowledge. It's coming through. But it's not new. It's old. There's nothing new. The only thing that's new, oh, yummy. Oh, Ellie, don't make me hungry. So we bring in the sacred. Yes, definitely we bring in Ganesha, and we bring in Shiva today on this incredible, very, very powerful day. So let's get to this day and just sanctify this place and clear it and bring in the Om Mani Padme. No, that's the wrong one. Om Namah Shivaya, the five elements. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Yeah, I can't do too many things. I'm doing more than enough. And it's just awaken me, of course. I'm so glad he jumps all over the place. And I'm fasting, guys. I must actually not read the comments. Okay, so what is today? Today is also, so yesterday we had this 11/11. I was reading a little thing like when it started. I think it started in 1992. Obviously, people have always thought of it's like, dice or racing or anything. The Hobbit, the 11/11. But in 1992, I could be wrong, people started to use it as a portal gateway. And obviously it got bigger and bigger until it was really a huge portal gateway on 11/11/11. I wasn't into it, but I did something. I was like, I had no idea what was happening in the world. I was in Germany, and it was like really scary because that's what I say, there's this like complete like block, and they like drain your brain here. So it's very weird. It's like some people have noticed it too without like independently. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Oh, yay. Well, I didn't know what to do. So I landed up. So it's a meteor shower tonight. So this is like they have this torrid meteor shower. I think you see it in America. And obviously, if you saw how wild the sun was today, I mean, that thing was, it was red. Usually that's like, so there's going to be some awesome dancing in the sky. I'll put that up tomorrow. I've got a picture of, a real picture. So I landed up in Egypt, which, if you've listened to me a little bit here and there, I don't do Egypt. I can do it. It's very easy for me to just do it, but I don't do it because for some reason I don't do it. Obviously, I have, and that's what like blew things apart in South Africa because there was just so much trauma, and the only plot, not just for me, for the country. And I literally had a little space this size, which was a little bit bigger, which was a mat on the floor, and that was literally the only safe space I had in my office. Every time I walked, I thought, that's unsafe. I've got this one trying to kill me, that one over there trying to arrest me, this one, it was like insane. I've got all the tokoloshos and all the like. It's like I can't even move off this little spot. So I honestly didn't know what to do. It was like when Ken came to fetch me from the airport after they'd arrested me, seeing my mother. It was the last thing of me seeing. And I said, well, what happens when you know too much, Ken? Anyway, so it's all like a little wild. Oh, thank you, love. I love you too, Miss Robin. It will be, it's hit and miss. If you look at my things, I mean, the first one was, it's just, I thought I would have like passed out with like fear. Now, I don't even do my hair. It's terrible. It's really sad. It's very sad. At least I'm here. Oh, but cut a long story very short. So I don't know. Like, what do we play as kids? As a child, we had a monk's bench, which is like a big trunk thingy, and I was very young, and I used to lie in this thing like an Egyptian, and I used to close it, and I used to play dead. You know, it was one of my favorite games. I had a lot of convulsions, and I listened to some like really interesting people. They're not even channels that are really coming out now. And I think, okay, there's one who like tried to commit suicide. She was going to kill herself at 5, not because she was unhappy. She just wanted to go back home. And then they said, no, but if you go back home now, then you're going to miss your points. You're going to lose your points. So she said, okay, then I'll stay. So Grace, yeah. So a lot of really interesting stuff. So I landed up in Egypt, which was like really interesting. And I thought, well, I know why I was kind of pulled in that direction over the 1111 portal, was obviously because that's one of the biggest places that gets used. And I'm not chasing Egypt. I'm chasing Osiris. Not Osiris. Well, it is. It's Sirius Osiris. I'm trying to move away from the Pleiades. Somebody else, please pick them up, because I'm doing surf. You know, Sirius is it's one of my stopping points, and obviously want to give off to Venus, but Venus has also been like exploding. And Venus, as I've said long ago, Venus is not the pretty thing. I said this a while ago, and now I'm just like getting all of this crazy stuff about Venus. So I like to go to the Indians because it's also the Pleiades are like not so fabulous. They hold 7 like pestilence, hunger, disease, the 7 sisters. Oh, and if you fall asleep, it'll be a bedtime story. Cool. I hope I can do that. I'm going to make bedtime stories. So yeah, I landed up in Egypt, which was like, why am I here? What am I doing here? And I actually tuned very much into Isis, and I did a lot of tears yesterday. There was actually so much grace, just hugely grace, not grace, but grace, and forgiveness, and clearing, and cleansing, and clearing, and forgiveness for myself mainly. So, and just really being like enveloped and loved by Isis, and very like sweet version of her. And yeah, as I said to Pete, it wasn't really me. It was my dog. My dog took me to us to thingy. It's like I landed up with him there. We'd been, I don't know. I got to really like put this into something, because we'd been dancing around somewhere else before. I have to look at my notes, what I've done. And Yuki's been, as we know, very interesting. He was playing with the Syrians a lot. They really are here. And then this just arrived. I thought, oh, okay. Because I was tuning into, what's his name? Oh, I can't think of the Lord of the Dead now. The dog. But Sirius is also called the dog star. So things got a little confused when I was talking about the dog star. So we landed up with Yuki in Egypt. It's like somebody was playing like with my AI, and it wasn't me. So yeah. I think you've gathered that I'm like extremely open to everything, except was when my daughter came in with wearing an ankh. And I said to please don't wear that. Just don't bring it into this house until we know what it's really about. I have a fear, and I don't know, so I keep digging around it. It's like when I went down into Egypt, when I was in South Africa, in deep meditation, it was just it's been so abused. But yeah, the technologies will be coming out, and I think that the Egypt of when it was there was very different to what we think it is. Magic is just like a smidgen of the power. That was also something that also popped in there with Egypt. I was really having fun. Yuki was having such fun. He's so camp. He was in Halloween. Oh, I didn't show you. I made him a bumblebee for Halloween. And yeah, I was working with scarabs a little while just because beetles are so beautiful. And we're going to be finding all sorts of new creatures coming out. But yeah, the Egypt of then was like the whole energy, the stars were different. They were still in the same place, but they were different spaces. They were in a different. They were nearer. They showed themselves quite differently. Things don't stay the same. Everything is moving. The air was humming with electricity. Definitely. There are a lot of engineers on board at the moment and coming out and working with this Egypt stuff, which is really amazing. So we've got like really hundreds of engineers like recreating stuff and working with the technology of Egypt. Some are a little bit mystical, but many of them are not. It's just a byproduct, yeah. And so they're really looking at it from pure science and engineering. Just fascinated many things, like how did they cut those stones? That there was definitely some kind of lathe. And, yeah, so they've been like professors of engineering. And that all sort of started really coming up hugely to a head. People have been working on it for a long time, but that kind of came to quite a head when those Italians um, did that sonar of underground of Egypt and found all those flaws in water. So it was definitely a generator. So this is part of, and they're all over the world. There are thousands, millions, actually, I almost imagine millions of pyramids. I'm trying to think where it was. Is it Sudan? We've got like over 1,000 pyramids, but little ones. There are pyramids absolutely everywhere. And most of them have got some underwater thing. And I was just heard something that because of the stone and the rock that they're built with, um, the crystals, they are highly, it was my 11:11. I'm just like bubbling because there's so much stuff. Yeah. And it's fun. I think a lot of people do, and it's just my thing. I don't want to go into it. I think I was very, no, a little, at one stage I really wanted to be an archaeologist. I was like quite obsessed with Egypt, like as preteens, very early teens, preteens. Obviously it was around in my life, and there were interesting discussions, and please, levitation was the big one, so sound frequency. And then when I was 13, 14, we had a book on Egyptology and Tutankhamun. And we all kind of stayed together, my mother and the sisters in different flats. My parents got divorced. And this book's kind of like the friends, everybody, it was like a crazy little setup, but it was fabulous. In those days we'd say this book is jinxed. And it kind of really was, like every time anybody, because there were like 4 flats that were 1, 2, 3, 4, that 5 downstairs as well, that the parts of the family or good friends stayed in. So it was like a really like a wonderful community building that we stayed in. But strange things would start happening. Whoever started reading this book, the lights would explode, windows would just crack, those kind of things. And it just didn't. It just had these books just had a really weird feeling. And I mean, it was a joke at first. I think it all like links together with being within the spiritualist church, which was very beautiful. My mother loved it. It was in the spiritualist, and she wasn't there for she was there for the heart and for the soul and for the beauty and the love. She wasn't there for the theatrics, But I have told you where there was this guy, and I mean now I know it's like it's fine, but it's still strange. Who was on the stage, and the church was full because he was a really good channel. People chase the channel, not the message. Anyway, it's like sad for me. It's very sad for me. And then he moved over to channel. Now I know he was channeling DK, which is, what's his name? He was the guard of Madame Blavatsky, I think. But in front of our eyes, like his whole skin color changed yellow. He turned into a Chinese person, Tibetan person, in front of like there. And I think I was 13 or so, 12, 13. It disturbed me, to say but the least. So I think all of those things kind of work together, and so yeah, yeah. No, I stopped it. Yeah, I stopped in my teens because of all these weird things happening. So I think, and like the book was just like it just got too bad. It just got too weird. So and and I never like said I don't do it or did anything. It was like it was just something. It wasn't even a conscious decision to not do it. It was just something. Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about like Egypt in conversation to people without a problem. Um, and the books were always on my mother's bookshelf. But I never played Ouija board or anything like that. I wasn't one of those. I don't do scary movies. I tried once. I don't do them. Um, not a sensationalist. Like, oh, you got to check this book out. Let's see what happens. No, you just put it away and you leave it there with respect. I think that's why I have the openings and the blessings and the knowledge that I have, because I treat it with some kind of interesting respect. Um, but yeah, I will blast my way through. But this is just, and it is, and it's interesting. So, but I know that I can go down. I know that I know it like very well. So I'm sure I'm going to start working with it a little bit more as well. Oh, who knows? I'm not sure. But I know that I was there, and it was the now with this 1111, and it was just more so, which was actually just the most unconditional love and from Isis. But you remember, I saw that bird, so I also don't know where that is. If it's a petroglyph, or I thought it was like Isis wings. We don't always know everything. But if anybody wants to, there's a nice website, not website. I've dug into the long stories in their big books over the years and over the stuff about Egypt and the technologies and the different stars. But Clint, you might like it. I don't know if you like rabbit holes. This is not rabbit holing. This is like all these not architects, engineers. So it's got another name actually, but it's called Thunderbolts. So if you want to go and read some of, or go and listen to some of this with the engineering and the technology. So I was quite excited to find that. Yeah, exactly. Life's been scary enough. You don't push it. I have no idea what CapCut is. No idea. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't understand why people want to do that. Some people do it, and I still don't think it's. I don't think it's a good thing. And then I realized, okay, well, here we are. Of course, I'm a bit stupid and slow. So I'm a bit slow sometimes. Okay, so here we are in Egypt. I was just really like felt to be by the pores of the Sphinx, and just like seriously nurtured. I know, and it was like, I mean, it comes up in my life like out of nowhere, like like it was about a year ago. My kitchen's like my portal. The kitchen's a portal here at this house, and I just had all this gold around. Oh, I've got this itchy hand now, and it was like I was actually restructuring Osiris. And then I was thinking, Osiris, okay, this sounds like Sirius. So yeah, that's who knows if it was like, because I was there for the blue beings, for the Syrians. That's like I'm not there for anything else. I'm focusing. I've got that focus, and then of course, but it's not widely known, and hopefully I'll get into it tomorrow because it's very exciting. I'm not going to do that now because other stuff to do. Is that Shiva? I want to cry. I'm so blessed to have him. That Shiva relates to Sirius, or Sirius relates. And I've thought, oh, of course. It's not a very big known thing. It's like dug deep, deep down in the Vedas. What's also just so exciting is that so much of this knowledge is popping out. And what was just so nice was like when I was looking, it was like myths and like those underwater cities in India. So of course, I'm back to India again. Back to Veda, back to India. Come on, let's just give you some of these beautiful images that were here. If I can find anything. And of course, my head took such a hammering for 5 days. Oh, it's just, and it's still coming through, and it's coming through, and it's going to be coming through in these meteorites. And I don't know, I'm just like in my headspace. I've just got this huge big crystal in my headspace, and I just sit and go and tune into Shiva and just meditate and see him in front of me. And I'm not quite sure. Try to keep that space, working with the energy through my body. Just know that I'm wanting to restructure my Syrians, wanting to restructure my DNA. So I don't waste my time on doing the images. Just thought that the Lyran lines or PG might want to be there. Oh, that's what I do. That's what I've been doing for a long time. And when was that? It was really... It was something big happened. Was it Halloween? I think that was Halloween, actually. Just before Halloween. It's my buddies. Those are my buddies. And that's what we were just doing, was just like connecting and just pouring this energy onto the planet. I'm very privileged to be there with my team. Yeah. Robin, I must remember to put that thing down to the ground. But you know, those images, I've been doing them for so long. And throwing a lot of things. And that's been doing that. Okay, so Sirius, of course. So back we go to India. So we did, oh right, so that's because you're somebody that I've been so since the first, I did mention it. I didn't do a big thing about it because if you hear I'm so glad I've never tasted zebra cakes. Where was I? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, right. So many things, and all these the syncing of the days is just quite extraordinary. I didn't make a big thing about it, and I didn't do it. I did mention it a couple of times, that from the 1st of November to the 11th of November, which I thought was like just so interestingly appropriate, I did my own thing. It was a very deep festival of Kali. So those that are working with Kali would have felt it quite a bit. She does. But yeah. Exactly. I'm not trained, but you're so right. So, and I didn't because just before PG left, I won't say it, and this whole energy right now is like a lot of people have been, we've just had enough. It's enough. It's over, guys. It's like, just get on with the program now. Just Pick your lane, pick a lane and stay in it. That's how I just say, try to be as neutral as possible and for as long as possible so that you don't wobble too much either way. Yeah. Kalima. Oh, yes, I do love Kali. But I've left her alone for a while. Those other people can do Kali right now. I'm just, even Durga, Grace can do Durga. She relates to her very, very much at the moment. I'm just doing Parvati. But she is Durga. She is, but she's just like, I think especially when Shiva, when PG went, that's a slip of the tongue sometimes, but it is, but it isn't. When PG went away, and I didn't want to do any. I'm tired. I'm tired of I'm not tired of. I'm just tired. Yeah, I just wanted to. You know what? It reminds me when I was working. I used to work like really, really, really like hard, like hours, like long, and teach over the weekend. I'll take Mondays off and play with the fairies. But it came to kind of December, and somebody said, "Oh God, Crystal, what are you going to do for the holidays? You must be going to go somewhere absolutely wonderful and fantastic." I said, "Actually, no. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm shutting my house, and I'm getting my mother in here, and we are going to bake." Nutty wonders. They're wonderful little cakes full of nuts and rolled in oats, and they're just so delicious. That was my absolute wish, was to just, get down to something totally mundane and just bake nutty wonders or bake biscuits or make cake. I think some people can. It's a very harsh one. This is Shiva. Hello, Trista. He does this a lot. This is Shiva. This is he's collecting. So this is his day to day. So I really, as I say, I'm sorry I'm jumping about, but this was the main reason why I'm on here today. And I'm just makeup. You can do your own things. They get very complicated, and you've got to, so if you want to do that. So as I said, yeah, so we had 11 days of Kali. So if you felt that, you're welcome to have felt that. And yes, Robin, I've got to really I'm going to be very brave one day and start channeling, because I really, like, I had such beings in here. And I don't know what they were. I don't know if they weren't, they were very like this, very, very, like, been in an interesting space. So that's why I don't really want to, you know, the things I don't listen to very much esoteric stuff at the moment. So, but what we have today is Shiva once a year, and it just happens to be today after 11. It's not, it goes according to the different calendar and the moon and all of that. So it begins like last night at 23:08, and it ends tonight at 11 o'clock. They get quite specific, 22:58 on November the 12th. Sadhana for Kal Bhairav Jayanti. It's the very dark aspect of Shiva. It is the one who collects the dead. Very fierce. He has a lot of compassion, and he collects all the all the ones, the outcasts, and people that nobody wants. Those that feel that they have no hope left in life. That's Shiva's on his mission today. Those that are rejected from society. Um, You can recite, but I would just keep it simple, because I wouldn't like bring in too many unless you know what you're doing, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I wouldn't go down that far. I mean, I've looked and know about it. It's like a path that most people, it's not really spoken about. It's really the deep tantra. It's not got nothing to do with sex. But even these are the people, those weird ones that come out with their hair and they dance and they smoke bong and they drink and they eat human flesh and they hang out in the graveyards. And Shiva might just come today, but I would just suggest that you, Lottie, hello, that you do, yeah, a long waiting, yes, lots of message. I know, I can't get enough of him, and it's like, okay, well, thank you, there you are, because I'm just doing like the Syrians and Shiva, and obviously Ganesha. It's enough, it's enough. But like, he holds so much. So, I would just suggest that you do something very simple with the 5 elements, because that's Namah Shivaya. He holds the 5 elements, and try and keep it light. Please don't go into the darker aspect. If you do color, you'll see that he's got his skulls, and he's there with the outcasts. It's quite an intense image of it. I actually love it very much. So let's see if we can just bring this. So he's also, as at this aspect, he also relates very much to Saturn, but he's also known as the Lord of Time, which is also interesting because time is really, and it's suggested it's good if you don't sleep too much tonight if you want to do this, but it could be quite it might not be all like sweet happy roses. Shiva has many forms, yeah. So it will, which I think is just wonderful if you want to let go of your fears. But it will be, to let go of your fear, you have to face your fear. Okay, so it's not always so easy. So I'm just trying to do it as like safe as possible, because most people will go for weeks of instruction, or they would have worked those 11 days with Kali. You will often see a black dog. I've like put that out today, because that's his dog. He's also the keeper of dogs. So the dogs were, PG was playing with the dogs. I don't know what he was doing, but I understand. I know I've done that too. It's fine. And that was so interesting, because my dog actually bit on Monday. He bit somebody, the first person. I said you get first love. That was Monday last week. He bit somebody. In Germany, that's not acceptable. But I mean, I'd gone into the shop and he was waiting for me, and he wanted to jump on the seat to see where I was, and she told him to get off, and then he jumped on the seat again, and I think she shouted at him, and I've never ever shouted at my dog. Not once in 11 years. I've never shouted at him. Never. So he bit her. But just like one tooth. Shame, she gained a lot of problems, but it's fine. So thank God she was like really cool about it, but like really interesting. He's never, as I said, never bitten any. He kind of nipped me, but that was before, when I was putting drops and stuff in his ear that he didn't like it. And I mean, he has these kids like dressing him up. He's like just got such an amazing temperament. So yeah, the dogs. So if you've got dogs, I'm sure your dogs are also. And he's been on a mission for a while, but in vacation. So let's see what we have. So it's a very so it's okay, so it's Shiva's fear, dissolving guardian of sacred order. It's observed on the Ashtami Tithi of Krishna Paksha in Mogashosha, also called Kalishtami. There we got all those names. I say I really want to learn this language because then these names aren't funny. In 2025, it falls today on Wednesday, the 12th of November. The lunar Ashtami ran from Tuesday, it's set with the moon, as I said, yeah, books, 24 hours, not quite, but almost. So, night and we do this preferably do it dark because it's one of those things that are done in the dark. One of the it's about the only one of the very, very few ceremonies that are done in the dark. But he's calling you from that dark. So if you didn't get through, or you're battling with the portal, or you're battling with emotions, this is like the meteor shower, and just allow Shiva to come and rescue you, one way or the other. Bhairava is Shiva's fierce, compassionate power that cuts through ego and fear. The classic origin story is Bhairava humbling Brahma's arrogance and becoming guardian of Kashmir. We'll go into that another time. The essence and symbolism. Its function is protection, boundary keeping, time, karma rectification, and swift obstacle removal. So and we need this fastness. If we didn't need it, I wouldn't be talking about it, because I do it with a bit of reserve and respect. It's not it's not to be played with. It's kind of do it and then kind of forget it. It's that suggests, like, that you God, get it, and then like forget it and just be it. Yeah. And then he has Vahana the dog, which is loyalty, vigilance, death threshold, wisdom. Feeding dogs today is considered, or donating or giving money to, like, a dog shelter or blankets. The Indians are always doing that with any of the rituals and stuff. They, like, you must give like yellow curry dal, or you must give yellow herbs, or like yellow clothes or blue clothes. It's all very specific. It's like very clear what to do for each things. And many worship the Astabharavasta, the gentler, which is popular for home practice. So, yeah, this is like a lot of people will spend the night in graveyards today. Well, they're not graveyards, they're the fire pits. Yeah. Traditional observances, the home friendly ones. I've read some, there's some like, there's some rough stuff that goes on here. These are widely recommended practices that you can adapt, and it would just be to work with the 5 elements. So, as well, you didn't keep a fast, or if you can, like tonight, just a light fast. Remember, the Indians, they're so clever, they have all these layers of fasting that you can do. So, and it's interesting, I'm not going to go into, but this is the one, stay awake for as much as you can, doing dancing, meditating, reading of Shiva, whichever one you want to do, but do something sacred to keep it sacred. Yeah. Acknowledge that most of us here, not all, but some of us are really enjoy the Shiva stuff. And just ask him, do your own prayer. I'm not here, I can't teach you how to do it in the proper Indian way. Before, these things were like really so strictly regulated. Any of the mantras and things, they were, you had to say them properly, otherwise you would like, yeah. But things have changed, thank God. Yeah. Well, I say thank God for Shiva, because he blasts aside all the, and I just like, it just keeps coming back how compassionate he is. And it's like all those like Just remember, he's got this amazing snake that he carries around his neck. So these are the old um, snake beings. So he's tamed it. Ganesha also does. But they're always playing with these snakes. So, okay, so do oil lamps and things and black, but it's like good old the dog star. That's why it is. That's why he has his part of the, and this moves into the serious thing. But then that's like a much sweeter part of Shiva again. And you know what I really love about the Indian stuff, and I use that word. It's like so real. You know, these guys get angry, and they shouldn't get angry. And when they get angry, like really big shit happens. Yeah. So it's like try to keep the middle way all the time. Um, Shiva got so angry when what's her name? Shakti, his first wife, when she like vaporized herself. And when he got angry, his third eye opened, and he would have destroyed the whole world. He was so angry, and he allowed all these like crazy things to come up from to destroy her father. So, and it's the same as with Kali. I mean, when Parvati gets angry, it's that like heat of anger that uncoils, whoosh, and the third eye explodes open. So, not always the nicest way of it of happening. Yeah. And when you do have these, you have to be very careful about maintaining, because if you get angry, things happen. You know, I would get angry in South Africa, and I had to be so careful. Then I had to stop, because I would do things like I would take a plate and I would like throw it on the floor because I was so angry. So instead of shouting and smashing things, I'd throw it. So I threw a plate on the floor, and a piece, just a small shard, it wasn't so heavy, a small shard of the plate like jumped up and broke the glass of my washing machine. Yeah, it's very difficult to break that glass. So I thought, okay, no, I will stop. I can't do this. I can't throw it. I have to really be very, very careful about maintaining my balance and my anger. My son was a little wilder. He would throw things, everything, and he would throw portals. Like they were perfect holes through things. It was a little wild. But then we had a lot of things like in our house. A lot of things. We could tame the electricity. It was very interesting. It's a pity. I mean, I wasn't really that into, yeah, but I had Ganesha, obviously, that's why. Maybe one day I'll tell, but maybe one day I won't. What happened with Ganesha? Okay. But do light a lamp. You can work with the Omkar, but I would really just do the Om Namah Shivaya. And there's some beautiful, you can maybe do the Rasta thing. Do it as, put on just some nice Shiva tunes. Find some nice ones on YouTube if you want to do that. And do take some time to do a very beautiful meditation. They say that it's nice to actually do 3, like if you're doing the lingam, that you do 3, okay? But so what I'm doing is that I am lighting my candles, and then I'm meditating. I'm doing like an invocation around the 5 elements, and then I'm meditating. Then I'll do another one around the 5 elements, and then meditate. So I'll do that 3 times tonight until midnight. Okay, and then feed a black dog, or give to an animal shelter tomorrow. It's very important to do that. That kind of seals seals off the thing. I mean, if you can't find a black dog, go and buy. There's always ways. I'm very good at this. You can buy a postcard with a drawing of a dog on and give it to somebody. Yeah. These guys do eat meat. They do drink. They smoke marijuana. It's very sacred stuff. So if that's what you want to do, but they usually are ritually offered to the priests and they have been blessed. But if you do want to smoke or do any of this ritual stuff that's kind of soma stuff, then just offer it with deep reverence. If you do smoke, I'm really jealous that you have. If anybody's got some sweet, sweet Mary Jane there, I'm very jealous. So enjoy it, because I would smoke if I had to now, but I don't. Okay, so we're working very much just with black and white. So set a white cloth and do bring in something black. Okay, don't light a black candle, please. You want, just if you don't do the proper oil lamps, just a small tea lighter. I just do tea lights because it's so complicated to get this stuff here. A stick of incense, offer everything with reverence to Shiva, and that he will come and remove all obstacles. He's really doing the obstacle stuff and remove so much pain. Guys, you might be in a lot of tears. I hope you are. Let them just flow. So do this breathing also where we're sitting here. The separate nostrils. You always start with the left nostril first and you end with the left nostril open. Okay? But as you sit with it, you're sitting with your hand on your third eye. So this is really, maybe you want to speak your fear or write them or your obstacles into the fire and let them go and commit to a concrete boundary or action that Shiva would bless. That's it, yeah. So, guardian of sacred thresholds, you who stride as time, cut the knot of fear within me. With oil, light, and black sesame, I remember all that is untrue dissolves in your gaze. Stand at my gates, home, heart, and work. Let only truth, courage, and compassion cross. By your grace, may my boundaries be luminous, my actions precise, and my love fearless as we move forward through this portal. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. I think what it's doing is also, it's one of the healing the shame that binds us. This is your opportunity. Merry winds. Yes. So, yeah, but do bless it. Grace has just arrived in Australia. So this is it again. We've done quite. Oh, thank you. I will get it. I will feel it tonight when you did it. So well, some of us, we're going to tune in. So I will definitely tune into us girls here. But this is okay. There we go. Oh yeah, and that's also like it was my father's death day as well. So I've had like quite an intense time. Oh, that's maybe who it was. And I'm not letting him. He's very much here. I'm not letting him go. Fuck off. I'm not letting him go this time. I let him go. When I went blind, he arrived because he also had some issues. And then I let him go on his birthday. We're very interesting birthdays in this family. His birthday is on the 21st of December. And he passed in, did he pass? 2012. 2013. So he still did the 12, 12, 12. Yeah. So, but he died on the 10th of November. And he absolutely loved Carnival, which starts here in Germany on the 11th of the 11th. They've been doing that for hundreds of years. So we've got, I mean, I do so many of those things are just amazing. So I'm just like tuning into all that colorful Carnival stuff and the Festival of Lights. Yeah. So it's such a big whirling pot. So I always just giggled and laughed when he died that I thought, hello, Daddy. He needed a day to get ready for Carnival. So the Germans will party and do Carnival all the way until Shrove Tuesday, which is in February or so next year. They love to party now and do Carnival. Not so much here, but like Berlin, Cologne is the big place. Yeah. So what else? There's so many things are happening. Oh, golly, what have I got here? We're unlocking sacred ancient codes just for fun. But I'm getting onto that. Those will come through. I'm so writing. I have to like. Oh, those are my notes for my writing. What else? Venus, it's like tuning. Oh God, that was like huge. You know, that I was like looking into because I was in Egypt, so all the stuff just came up for me, and the Eye of Horus and what it is, and so for me, it's like also very personal because when my father he had this big accident, he had like a 40-ton machine fell on his head, kind of split his head open, and when I saw him, there was like wheeling him through to the operating thing, and he was like laughing at everybody. But he had this. It just reminded that was yet again that Eye of Horus, this Egyptian stuff. He just had this like red blood tear coming out of his eye. I mean, that he survived is just stuff. He died a few times in front of me. So, and he just said, "Oh, I'll be all right." So that was just also that whole Egyptian thing, the eye. So the eye, yeah, the eye, yeah. Then we're going to deep dive into that. And if we don't deep dive into it, I'm going to tell you now. So that, as I said, Venus, and I've said it a few times, it's not as pretty. You know, we've been told. That was also I was tuned into something really interesting where they and it's quite strange. I actually have the Last Supper here. It's like really kitschy and cheap, but it's fine. And he wrote so much in it. What was the one thing that he wrote? I mean, I looked up the dates because they hadn't started burning witches yet, but obviously he had to be very careful because he was still in the 1400s. But he wrote, and for everybody, he wrote all of the disciples. He wrote something, but I don't know. It's also quite weird because I'm not really doing a big Leonardo thing. Don't know why. I don't like. Maybe it's because too many people. I don't know. There's more exciting things to do. It's like that's maybe also why I'm not doing. Oh, this is that. I must actually read that too. This is the thing of the Shiva prayer. I have no fear of death, no caste or creed. I have no father, no mother, for I was never born. I am not a relative, nor a friend, nor a teacher, nor a student. I am the form of consciousness and bliss. I am the eternal Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. All those crazy things. Okay. These are interesting things that are written on the Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. Truth belongs not to the saints, but to those who seek it in silence. And what he said there about the church, and that's all. It's under there, so they've done X-rays and things, and now they're having AI, obviously, read it because some of them. But I mean, where I mean, I used to do that a lot. Like I would like write on my walls, and then I would paint. Every time I painted my house for years and years, I've like written things on my walls, and then painted over that. Okay, one that spoke about corruption, falsehood, and the control of truth through fear. Oh, this is awesome. I love this. This is for Victor. He who eats with truth will not betray himself. These are all written on the thingamajiggy. This was written about the church. This one. Because there he is. He's there. PG's just arrived. I'll tell us what he thinks. All faith fades when light reveals the hand of man. I lost my faith a lot, which was next to impossible because of not being in the church. So I'm so glad that Shiva rescued me. What has PG got to say? What's he got to say? He's back. What a jump. Okay. So he's back. So I'm sure he will definitely. Oh, wow. It's so interesting. You've gone from pure black lava rock and fire to pure white snow and cold. Oh, yeah, it's a long flight. I looked up how long it is from Germany to Hawaii, and it says 1 day and 15 hours. So you go, that's 24 hours plus 15 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So how amazing. Oh, snow. So they've got snow. That's just so amazing. To go from that lava rock to snow. Wow. Interesting. So we have PG back. So, thank you. Oh, hello, Heaney. Welcome back. Heaney and I, we do. Oh, Grace, it's November. The November's strong, hey? I don't know, Trista, what was for lunch? Somewhere it's Taco Tuesday. Yeah. Yes, enjoy tonight. Um, the PG's online. Did you see? He's here. PG, hello, my love. I was just reading. Yeah, thank you. So I'm so honored. So we've got Shiva in the house. Shiva's like still doing the lava stuff. So you missed that from the lava to crystal. Yeah. What was there was in that? Well, I mean, what was this place called? Fire, fire, earth, ice, something like fire. That was the name of his crystal shop. So yeah, welcome, love. Boopity boopity boop. Dolphins, yay! Pine trees. Absolutely. Now I see you. Oh. Hello, my love, love, love. So now I don't have to rush off. I was going to say I've got to rush off and go and talk to PG. So he's here. Do you want to jump on quickly, PG, and talk to us? No, I must go and pray. Sorry. Hang on. I don't know where I'm going to fly. I'm off to Syria, that's for sure. And I'm going to do the dark side of Shiva tonight. But not really. Just like I want to cry now. Oh, I'm all oh, it's so nice to know I still have emotions. Oh. So it's so oh, glad you back, my lovely. So I'm actually going to stop for now. Have we got enough, or do we want to know about what else do we want to? Oh God, do we want to do this Indian stuff? Maybe we should do that. No, what are we doing right now? Oh, so this is just a morning. You know, I used to say when Alex was little, by 9 o'clock in the morning, he'd like be up at like 4, and he would like be getting the iron out. And he was little. He figured out. I mean, you put those things on the plugs. No, he could unplug them. I had to get up. I hardly ever slept. And he would like grab a chair and he'd start cooking. I mean, then he'd put his hand on the stove and have like this whole hand of blisters. But he was insane, incredible. So I said by 9 o'clock he's done more in the morning. He's done more than what most people have done in a year. Oh golly, it's just so much. That was also just being back in India again. We did speak about it a little bit, and I was just listening to something which is relatively new, but they're still talking about it as a myth and perhaps, but it's long ago, it's not a myth and no longer perhaps. And the Indian government, the city of Dwarka, which is under the sea, which UNESCO, they did start to look at it and then they didn't talk about it anymore. They just like, oh, so nobody, that's the place where Shiva is, and it's actually the place of the Bhagavad Gita. So if anybody's read, or I did strongly suggest that you listen to it, get a audio version of the Bhagavad Gita and of the, what is it, the Tao Te Ching? No, yeah, the Tao Te Ching. So please, mwah, mwah. Okay, yes, we will. We'll do a show. We'll do them on Saturday. Yeah. Oh, there was. Yeah. Oh, shame, man. Saturday, my love. I mean, if we can do it earlier or Friday. Friday night's always like Friday night's fun. So let's put that in for Friday with PG. Um, I like our Friday nights they get a little bit risque. So it'll be good on Friday night. Yeah. Millie, you got into my left ear's been exploding. PG's had like a lot of so we're gonna do this Friday. Uh, what's really true? You know what? I've said that a little while ago. Everything ringing for me, Millie. Yeah, it's a nice symphony in different tunes. So much. As soon as I close my eyes, the sound starts up there in my head. Oh God, it's okay. You know, we're just giving ourselves. It's it's brave to give yourself permission to lose it. No, so just give yourself permission to lose it. And we've just begun. You know, it's going to take a little while for the body to. But sometimes some of it's going to go fast. I mean, this can all happen in the twinkling of an eye as well. You know. Yeah. Classical man. Her work is right now. Yo, please let your brain rest. I was also doing some stuff with brains again. It was what's her name? I've forgotten her name now. Somebody did post, but she had a stroke and she's a like a stroke doctor, neurosurgeon. And she said, "Oh, this is so interesting. I'm having a stroke." Who gets to observe having a stroke from the inside? Um, Classical music as a relate. No. Yeah, you'll find that your music tastes and just like flitter around and try and find different music that you relate to. You know, it's a lot of stuff I don't relate to. Jill Walter, that's her. Thank you, Trista. Yeah, she really like helped me through, but she was doing it on the CEO show, whatever it is. He's really great because he's no heely feely. He's like skeptical as they come. But yeah, I like those programs. Yeah, Jill Bolter Taylor. She's calmed down a little bit, but she would okay in the blink. Saturday. Oh, wonderful, Millie. You got a whole I was going to say a whole symphony, a whole story going on there. Birdland on 53. Oh, that sounds like a symphony. Beautiful. Yes. Yeah. A stroke of insight, yeah. But she was like playing with the brain again. She's always walking around with her brains. She gets everybody to feel the brains. But it's just like it's like guys, this brain and this he was just saying he's actually wonderful. He's an English guy. What's it called? The CEO. I don't know what it's called, but it is the CEO show or something. Um, but the brain and the spinal cord, she's always got the spinal column, and then all these wires. I mean, it's like just go plug in, guys. You know, as he said, it looks like electrical wires. She says, well, exactly. But this is like exactly the base brain. Its snake looks exactly like that as well. The spinal column. Okay. Well, they used to watch them at school where Alex was, and then it got a bit boring. And I said to him, well, the ones that you should be watching actually are the banned TED Talks. Sheldrake, what's his first name? He's fabulous. I remember doing this too, but he was banned. What's his full name? Sheldrake. He would notice all these glitches, and he would say, "But Duck, what's happening here?" And they'd say, "Oh no, it's just nothing." He'd say, "No, but you can't just say it's nothing. Why is things glitching?" No, it doesn't matter. And he never wears shoes. He walks around and it's like he's got a suit and tie and everything, but he doesn't wear shoes wherever he goes. He's always bare feet. What is his name then? Oh, he's on the fringe, but he's fabulous. It's hammer time. Oh, no hammers, please. The 12th of November at 21:02. Those numbers look nice. 12/11, 21:02. They just kind of look nice. Okay, so we all okay. Oh, I was talking about all those. Why was I talking about them? Well, I find them very interesting because it's all like links in with, and that was also they were just saying with the pyramids, with the technology of the pyramids, that it was. I mean, the whole air was like electric, and these engineers were saying that if you just have concrete, that it would actually charge your concrete because that's why it was built out of all those specific stones because they are like highly charged. So if you have a concrete slab under your house, that would actually charge enough for an average household of electricity to use. And that's just from that central tower. So this is what these guys are really working on. It's like this kind of like reinstating those sacred sites, the ancient sites. I don't know if they're going to do it with Egypt. I mean, obviously it would be wonderful, but I think Disney's going to not make enough money, because it's free power and then free electricity and then clean cars, motor cars, vehicles, because they've always had vehicles. Everybody's got flying vehicles. Oh, Robin, that's horrid, man. Just talk to Shiva tonight and do the angel, the Michael. He's very good. If you're feeling called to that, Michael will definitely look after you. Mm. Hmm. Now, a lot of people, then it's always, but it's just these months anyway. A lot of people like leave the planet at this time. So I did have it. It was when PG was away. Sometime I can't remember what it was. When it was. That's why I must go back PJ, you really need to go write your stuff down because you're going to forget. I was just looking at some of the images that and I thought, oh God, that's what I was doing for a long time. I'd like forgotten. It was so intense that like you remember some things obviously, but some things you really don't remember. No, don't, please. It's terrible. People will do this. I don't know. I'm like so weird that I don't do it. Yeah. But you need to vent and it's fun and like today's the day to really get rid of it quickly. And the shame, all those whatever it was, if you were like abused or whatever. Most people were, almost everybody was. So it's or you have like addictions in your family or the deep dark secrets or whatever. So it's those traumas, and this is really these loops. If you do, we've been cutting. We don't want to be not. I shouldn't say that, but I'm not. I'm going on, guys. I'm done with this crap here. I want to move on. Got other stuff to do, which is just as exciting. Yeah. So just like because shame is like the most hectic, the most the lowest vibration. And you really, some of the stuff you honestly can't work through. You're not going to get through. So you have to just throw it at Shiva, throw it at God, throw it at whoever you're doing it at. Yeah, whoever you throw it at him in the pipe. He will pick it up. The little bits and pieces. So it's like just lance that boil, lance it, let it out. It's still going to ooze for a little bit, but that's the end. This is a big, big, big chance, and don't use that chance because we're moving now 40 days. Off to the end of December, to the portal, to this solstice. Yeah. Yeah. It's such confusing emotions. Same. Yeah, you can do that as well. I was doing a thing a while back with stones, which really worked really nicely. I was like throwing stones into the water. I would pick up a handful of stones and just like put my trauma and my drama into the stones. Yeah. Because it's what we get left with is the issue, and this is just the gift very much of this 11 where we are right now. I spoke about that the other day, where we're not working anymore with the chemicals in our body. Obviously some are, but many of us are no more in the chemicals. We're actually working with the frequencies. It's quite different. So you might just be in a completely neutral space, which is yay. We're not having the big happy ups and downs. You can just walk around with a permanent goofy smile. No. Oh, I love you so much, Robin. I really hope you have a very, very amazing evening tonight with Shiva. If you just got it that you can do something tonight with it, it's like was worth going on. Yeah. So keep it really simple, my love. Just sing, just follow yourself. Just talk to Shiva. He's got this. He's like really mean. He has this thing. And very simple. Just breathe a little bit, sing your songs, do the 5 elements because that's enough. I was where was I? Oh golly, yeah. Was yeah, sorry, back to but that's Krishna, and that's part of the Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is a Mahabharata, and it's very clear. We did speak about it a little bit before, and how they had these flying vimanas and the weapons and all these things. And the Bhagavad Gita is actually Krishna and what's his name? I can't remember now. Arjuna. And they are, he says, I really don't want to go into battle. And he says, no, we know. This is because these are my friends. And he did try to make peace. But this was like serious battle, guys. They talk about like flying machines with like bright lights, and they have like weapons with arrows that are brighter than 1,000 suns, and they have explosions which are bigger than 100,000 suns. So they're talking about these kind of things, you know, there's scorched cities. There is a guy, and I can't really, if he's meant to come up for you, he's another engineer. I love these engineers, but he likes astrology, not astrology, astronomy, and he has gone into the Mahabharata and looked at, because it's very clear about where the stars were, and the moon was here, and it was this day of this day, and they've kept it pretty much the same for 7,000 years, and he puts it back to 6,000, almost to the day, back to 6,200. It's just a big thing. Is like, don't listen too much to the dates. Just like, they can't be right. You know, the planet is 4.5 billion years old. You can't tell me we've only had it like 15,000 years. Anyway, so those are well, the weapons sound like now, but you know, it's like, yeah, I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Absolutely. Just know that you are. So yeah, this is what we don't really want it to go this way again, you know. So, but what's happening? Who knows what's happening? Because the old books didn't tell people to get ready like this. This is a lot of what the petroglyphs and the geoglyphs, the petroglyphs are very much about, that they're uncovering what we should be doing, warning us for now. But it's just to be, that's what I've just said, is that it's just that the energy is changing on the planet. So that's why we need to, on that, just for that simple little reason, that we need to get our energy up so that we can cope with these toxic rays from the sun. So, you know, just taking it slowly day by day. You know, it's like there've been like a few cases where people have like killed their spouses with arsenic. But what they've done is they eat the same food. So they've slowly over like I mean, this is like how do people premeditate this shit? It's like way beyond me. But they will eat like a little bit of arsenic every day, increasing it, so that their body like becomes acclimatized to it. So when they eat the same amount as they feed their partner, they don't die. Series A, because they said he's from there, yeah, and battles with him previously, yeah. It's a dwarf star. And my thing is that Sirius A didn't quite they didn't kind of pull it together properly yet. So hopefully they do. I'm sure these Sirius, and there's Sirius C as well. So I think like a lot of people think that the Anunnaki and all of those guys came from Sirius A. But Sirius B is like where a lot of the Christ consciousness comes from. Oh, Yuki was singing. But yeah, then and these weapons. Oh God! And then we went on to Venus. Venus was like a bad comet that blew the planet apart as well. Yeah. I don't know if I was. I just know that it is. I think I'm from somewhere else, but it's fine. Sirius is kind of. I like them for now. They'll do. They'll do. But I also try not to get too into it because trying to live this life as crazy as I'm allowed to be. We're going to go now and digging up all this stuff, which seems to be part of what I'm doing. So I've got other stuff to do, but I'm kind of do this quite well, and it does reveal itself to me. So what also happened, and then they talk about that, Yuki, no, there's nothing. Just wait, let me give him one snack, and then we're going to have to go out. Oh, let's see, we got snow. I don't even say goodbye to the people. Look at them, so rude. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, baby. So there's some these. So, but anyway, with Dwarka. Then they found it under the sea. Then they stopped in the 80s, and now the Indian government is actually like putting money into it. They say they might actually even make it like a tourist attraction so that you can go deep sea diving and look at it. But they're putting money in it to do the archaeological digging. Because most of the time the governments don't do it. But whatever you find should belong to the government. So it's all like a little weird. They spend money on bombs. But yeah, so that's going back. That's like really civilized. Then even before that, like quite near there is, and this also is quite relatively new that people are, what's his name? Praveen Mohan. He's like fabulous. This Indian guy that goes around to the temples. I have to get this right. Mohenjo-daro. You're going to hear a lot about it now that it's going to start coming up. I can tell you now. So this is all part of the Indus Valley, yeah. So I still think that Mesopotamia, I think that's why there's so many wars out there in the Gulf, there's these big wars, because they don't want us to, which is stupid, it's ridiculous, because the records are all there and quite clear. I think that's part of why they don't want us to, and with the Sumer, while they're fighting, obviously the portals as well, with the Sumerians and the Mesopotamians. And Indian, it was interesting that after this, they stopped being, because it completely destroyed, Dwarka just sunk to the ground when Shiva left. Not Shiva, Krishna. Shiva doesn't have like incarnations. No. He's like on his own, and he's not really a body, he's just like. But quite near there, there's this like really interesting valley as well, which is also like they've actually given it a time, which is 7,000, I still say BC, before the Common Era. And this was an absolute thriving community. I mean, there were roads and toilets and, beads and all sorts of fabulous and wonderful things, proper buildings, but it's completely razed to the ground. But it's also written in the Mahabharata that the symptoms of nuclear, that it would poison the earth. It was so weird. It was like weird. It was like a beetle. Like a bug. Like my African bumblebee. But I don't see it. And I could actually feel it and I heard it. Oh, it is. Look here, it's on me. I had this interesting bug. I don't know what it is. This doesn't look like a German bug. I had this bug. Okay. I'm glad I found the bug. But it's come to settle upon me. Let me take my bug picture. Where's my bug? Where's my camera? Go on. It's camouflaged. Let's see if I turn this around. Ah, there he is. Oops. Hello, bug. Oh. No. I don't know what this is. It looks like a stink bug. We have these things called stink bugs in South Africa. Let's see if I can do it this way. Huh. No, man. Oh, there he is. I'm going to take him off me. Sorry, I'm in bug land here. Come, little bug. Can you see him? Can you see him? There he is. I don't know what he is. And I don't see. So he doesn't look like a German bug. Okay, that was like interesting. Hello, bug. Hello. But he kind of flew in. Here we go. Maybe we can take a better picture of him here. Hey, bug. Come on, bug. No. Baby. Hey, baby. Come on. Sorry, I'm playing with my bug here. But he really doesn't look like a German bug. Okay, I will post him up. Anyway, a Hawaiian bug. Oh, thanks, PG. Just a bug in the matrix. I don't know. It's really weird. Oh, you know what's so cool? You can actually ask AI. Vishnu. Oh, now he's flown away. Won't he come back to me? I heard him. That was like so weird because I heard it and I felt it, but I didn't see it because I'm wearing black and he's very dark brown. So he's probably in my hair. He'll pop up when he's blast off. Heard that a month. So, 3:21. Yes. Yeah, the stargates. So PG came to visit. Thanks, my love. I have, and they come and then I know they're not here. I get these like big African bumblebees. They come and out of nowhere, and they're my guys from Zimbabwe. Oh, Grace, I'm cold. Oh no. Oh, but it will warm up. You're going to have a beautiful, wonderful, hot December. So we were talking about, okay, so it's all written there. So like, yeah, so people get these diseases from fallout and all of that. But the interesting thing about this place, and they just kind of ignored it for a while, and then they dug, because it was also they had to dig a little bit. Is that everything, the whole area has pretty much turned to obsidian, so that you only get with like huge, like very high temperatures, where the sand will like melt and turn to glass. So that's what obsidian is, like volcanic rock. And they've also found that like the people, it's a bit like Pompeii. So people are like busy eating, doing things, you know. There's one in Pompeii, he must have hidden him down in the basement where he's actually jerking off, and he's quite surprised by the volcano. Gosh, like really, that must have got so fast, like to cover everybody to things. So it's the same there, okay. Which is just like also the, and that whole area, like the river there was this like incredible Saraswati River. So that whole was like the first, the Indus Valley. And they're now exploring it and looking at it. Then there's this other place which is also very near there, which is called Harappa. They don't know how old it is. They can't, and these people traded also on the Silk Route. So this whole area, they traded, and they were great seafarers. But this area, this was, I was going to, we were working with the petroglyphs, and it's actually that's that area with this big, huge woman. I will have to bring that up again, because I remember I had a big bad headache. I've got this bug on my neck here. Where are you, bug? Hey, bug. I don't know, I hope I don't squash you. But there are all sorts of interesting carvings, and the language, it's before Sanskrit. So that's going back quite a long time ago. Oh, okay. That's not that high. 27 is a very nice temperature. And the animals that are like with the extra tusks and things. But the language, they haven't managed to decipher and to translate it yet. So it's those very interesting three. And it was just interesting that after this, what they kind of did, they stopped being war people. And they just focused on religion. I think those cataclysmic things that they created with the like dreadful weapons of destruction. Yeah. So that was just so interesting. So that they because these are all written. This is the first Vedas. It's written about in the Rig Veda. So we have kind of wiped ourselves out a few times. I always wanted a propeller hat. We didn't get them in South Africa. So, my lovelies, I am going to go to the Venus, the eye. Okay. So Venus, these guys reckon, these engineers reckon. I think I got to go now too. I think we've had enough Hindu, enough serious, enough old stuff coming up. And it's pretty warm here, actually. Mary Wins is here. Thanks, Victor. Thank you so much for popping in. It really feels like Friday or the weekend or something. We were talking about the eye, and but I must do some more research into it because they don't know where the Eye of Horus comes from. Like they're digging deeper, not the stuff that we think we know. And this is just yet again, it's like whatever we know. Um, whatever we know, it's like it's all changing. Everything's changing. Yeah. So we love you, love you, love you. So just like be open to change. Don't hold on to it. Remember, this is my wonderful saying. This is what I believe at the moment. Okay. I mean, I saw PG was just saying he's rewriting stuff again. Yeah. So I'm rewriting, I'm flying all over the place, but it's very coherent for me. So I hope it was reasonably coherent for you. And we'll get into the Eye of Venus. It's the Eye of Venus. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was just seeing. So I do have this, and then I do these things and then I don't even notice it. And then, but it's like Shiva's trident. So it was like what I was dreaming about, this beautiful sigil. So then you can see it. So can you see it? Can you see it? No, I don't think so. Yep, I don't think so. That was my big dream. You want to see it? You want to see it? Hey. So that I think is going to be a symbol that will be taking us through the whole planet into the next. It's part of the Holy Trinity. So. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's the Eye of Horus, and then there's the Eye of Ra. I'm not sure which one it is. And then, of course, it looks like the pineal gland. So there's just so many layers to unpack, but don't get stuck. Just keep unpacking. Yeah. And it's been just so abused. I love you too so much, Grace. I hope you sort things out. I'm looking forward to seeing what you've been doing. And we will see PG on Friday. Oh, loved one. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you. It's really beautiful. Thank you, guys. All have a very, very amazing night. It is night time here. We're all in different time zones at the moment. PG, I'm going to catch you just now. So love, 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 love everybody. Just try and be neutral. Okay. And yeah, I'm sure I'll see you in the truth wave.